I don't think anyone realizes how dumb dancing is.
Third season, we're going to go off the wall and get, like, Alfred Hitchcock's corpse. Oh, you got a little poop in my chicken salad.
Oh, dog. Bark.
Hey,
Bark.
Stop!
Yes. Yeah.
That's embarrassing, Chief.
Yep.
How's it going?
That's adorable. Jeez. Oh my god.
That's our opening right there. That's just us going, oh my god.
Oh my god, why?
Favorite Indiana Jones go.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. It's a good thing.
It is.
That one freaked me out as a kid. My parents wouldn't let me watch that when I was 4. That scene specifically, they let me watch the other ones.
Pulls the beating heart out. He goes underneath in the fire pit, and the flame comes out of the heart.
It's freaky, dude.
It was awesome.
Up. I mean, yeah, now.
He's standing there with a flaming heart, just... Fantastic. Fantastic.
Levels, dude. Holy crap.
Fantastic.
All right, so welcome back to another episode of HPE. I am your host, Joseph Gallion, and joining me this week is your boy. Can I do your full name? Some
Sure.
people don't like full names. Dylan never let me say his last name. So whatever.
I don't care.
Dylan. Needs to come back sometime. Anyway, Bennett Todd.
Hey, guys.
So, Dylan. Oh my gosh, what the crap?
Do I look like Dylan? I'm not Dylan.
I'm sorry, I was talking to Dylan so much during that sound class.
It's fine.
It's very professional.
It's fine.
Bennett.
Hey.
What do you do for a living?
So, professionally, I'm a grip and electrician in the film industry. Mm-hmm. I teach here at Cape Fear Community College, and I work at Cine Partners currently. But I just got off the show Halloween Kills, and before that it was Righteous Gemstones, and before that it was Uncle Frank, and before that it was Swamp Thing. Those were kind of not really my introductory, but kind of big budget stuff.
Heck yeah. Well, okay, I'm going to kind of go through those 4 that you mentioned real quick. So
Okay.
I'll ask a question about each one just because that's really interesting. Okay, Swamp Thing, first of all. When did you find out it got canceled?
I found out Swamp Thing got canceled. I was on the set of Calamity, which is a independent project. Got word of it, and I was just like, okay. I did 1 episode, so I'm just like, okay, whatever.
You were only on 1?
Mm-hmm. Episode 8.
Got you. I still need to watch it.
It's good.
I've heard great things about it, and I've watched the majority of the DC Universe shows. I just haven't watched that one. I think part of it was because it got canceled, which really puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth, I guess.
Well, it's just politics. That's all it is. Everybody, wanted to blame that it was budgetary stuff. It was, lack of story, but it's all politics with Warner Brothers and disputes.
Which is annoying because, James Wan on a Swamp Thing show, that's genius.
Mm-hmm.
And they even had the suit ready for Floronic Man in season 2.
Yep.
Upset. I'm upset. Well, even before that, the episode count got cut.
Yep.
Which
13 to 10.
That's just a bad sign to begin with, I don't know.
Well, that was last minute. That's when they initially said it was canceled, that they went from 13 to 10.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Crap,
stuff happens.
Dude. Nah, that messed up, though. You said after that was Uncle Frank.
Yep.
Okay, tell me about that. Which also, when is that movie coming out?
It is going through the International Film Festival circuit, so it'll be Sundance, Tribeca.
Got you.
Sundance, Tribeca, and Cannes. Because it's directed by Alan Ball, who Academy Award-winning screenwriter for American Beauty.
Look at you go. That's a pretty cool project to be on, dude.
Mm-hmm. Starring Paul Bettany and Sophia Lilas from It, and yeah.
Dude, that's a heckin' good cast, too. That's 2 good actors,
the list
dude.
goes on and on. There's Judy Greer. There is
oh my gosh,
Steve Zahn, Stephen Root, Margot Martindale. It just went on and on and on. I was just like, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Dude, Judy Greer, is she in Knives Out? I can't remember.
I don't think she's in Knives Out, but she was in Jurassic World and Ant-Man.
You're right. I'm just dumb.
You're not dumb.
Oh, wait, yeah, she's
She's the mom.
Yeah, she's very good at crying.
Yes, she is.
She's very good. Like, that was her role in Jurassic World, which is upsetting because she can do more than that. Her role was to cry. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks, appreciate it. Isn't that the most annoying thing when a really good actor gets cast for just, like, the tiniest bit role that has no substance at all?
Or when they're typecasted. Looking at you, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is playing himself.
Yeah. I'm looking for the Declaration of Independence. We're going to go in. We're going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Yeah.
And then we're going to recite the alphabet. A, B, C, D. Anyway. We're just doing memes.
All my friends want to be the lowrider.
Lowrider. Dude, remember when he was Ghost Rider?
I remember him beforehand when he actually was in good movies.
It wasn't straight direct
Like
to
Gone in
DVD.
60 Seconds. Fantastic movie. And then he went off the deep end.
And then he did Face Off.
And then after that, The Wicker Man.
Oh, I forgot
Not the bees!
forgot about Wicker Man. How can you forget about Wicker Man?
You don't.
It just never leaves your subconscious.
You don't. You don't forget about it. It's just there.
Okay. Dude, what was it like on set for Uncle Frank?
It was fun. The cast and crew were tight-knit. We were like a family, so
Heck yeah.
loving and then hating and then loving again. I mean, it was a fun
family.
cast. It was a fun cast until the show ended for me when I had my little spill. But yay, falling in a 4-foot hole.
Jeez, dude.
But
You still got a lot to do on it, though.
yeah.
So, I mean, that's
Well,
cool.
right after I got hurt, I mean, the group crew messaged me like every day, just checking up on me. So yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
yeah. So it
That's
was,
really cool. It's cool seeing stuff like that, just people being genuine and cool in a
Oh, yeah.
professional setting, which isn't something you always see. I don't know.
it was grip fam.
It's the group fam. All right, tell me about Halloween, dude. Oh wait, I skipped over Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, you skipped over
Tell me
Gemstones.
about Righteous Gemstones.
Gemstones was crazy. It was crazy, but it was super fun. It was super fun, long hours. From what my call sheet said, originally we were just going to do 2 episodes and close out for the rest of the season.
Really?
And then I looked at the episode count. I was like, wait a minute, I did this. Wait a minute, I did this too. Whoa, I did this too. So instead of 2 episodes, we did 4 episodes in a week.
Dude, 4 episodes in a week. That's insane.
Well, when you split up into 2 units, you're able to cover a lot of more ground.
Okay, that does make a lot of sense.
But it puts a lot of strain on the actors and crew.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, what episodes did I on?
You gonna pull out your IMDb?
I'm going to pull it up on my IMDb page.
What's your IMDb page? We also started reviewing on your IMDb. Is that a separate account, or
No, well, yes, it's my own personal, but
have you only done Jojo Rabbit and Lighthouse?
for now, I think I did the Happy Time Murders too.
Oh, word. You know, I never saw that one.
It's
I heard
it's okay.
mixed things
It's okay.
about it, yeah.
I'm a big puppet guy, so for me, I was
Yeah,
just like, this
puppetry is
is
awesome.
this is enjoyable. But for other people, they're just like,
This is weird. Puppet stuff. This is weird.
This is raunchy puppets. I don't know about this, man.
it's a
Although Stanley plays the police chief or whatever. Stanley from The Office.
yeah. Zip it.
Zip it. No, dang it.
I'm trying to remember what. The bad thing about the mobile app, it doesn't give you the listing episodes. It just says,
yeah.
The Righteous Gemstones, 4 episodes.
It's like, well, yeah, I know that.
I know that. I want to
can
know
use a
what I
little
worked
more
on.
info if you don't mind. Is it do that always on the mobile app, or can you go deeper? Or do you
Well,
have to
that's
go
what I'm trying to
Safari
do, but it's being a pain in the butt, so I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm glad. You got any good stories from Righteous Gemstones that you can tell that are PG-13 enough?
Probably not so much because it's HBO. The locations I can tell about, which were amazing.
Charleston, right?
Yes, it was Charleston area.
Charleston's a great area, dude.
We
Holy
filmed at 5 different mansions, including the Citadel Mall, which they transformed into a church. Absolutely insane.
That's
It's
crazy cool.
blown away because I was an electrician instead of a grip, so I was an electrician for those 4 episodes. But the locations were amazing. Like after I wrapped up on a sound shoot Friday night, which led into Saturday morning, Friday. Long day. Came back Monday morning because I left Wilmington at, I think, 2:30, 3:30 in the morning to make call time at 6:30.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's a rough drive.
Fun times, dude.
You know, I put in the location to my GPS and driving in, I'm like, I don't think I'm in the right place. Because it was a multi-million-dollar mansion.
Dude.
With a horse ranch right behind it. I'm like, I don't think I'm in the right place. I'm too poor for this. But I look off into the distance beyond the horse ranch and I start seeing the production trailers. I'm like, oh, we are here. And so I pull
That's
in.
Crazy.
I pull into the backside of this multi-million-dollar mansion in my truck. And I'm like, I don't think I need to be driving on their grass.
That's the type of place where you get yelled out for walking on the grass.
Hey, get off my grass!
You got the 30 signs out there that just says keep off.
But it was a beautiful location. I've got pictures of it, and it was spectacular. But to talk about the show, I can't really do it on this show.
Which is fair enough. Dude, you're doing a really good job at keeping it
under wraps.
Yeah.
This isn't my first interview, dear Joseph.
Oh, word. Okay, cool.
I've done a lot of interviews.
Oh, look at you being all fancy and crabby.
Oh.
Oh, my.
Oh,
Little George Decay. Okay, before we get into Halloween, if there was one show that's going on currently, right now, that you could be on, what would it be?
I can't talk about it.
You can't talk. Wait, are you in talks about something? Wait, if you wanted to work on something, a show that's going right now, what would it be?
Well, it's still in pre-pro, kinda right now, but I can't. I can't.
Oh, so you might actually be getting on a show that you?
No,
really
I'm not getting on the show.
Okay, wait, what?
If I had to pick a show that I wanted to work on currently, that's still in pre-production, they're about to start production on it, it'd be the Lord of the Rings series for Amazon Prime in New Zealand.
Word, okay.
I would be head over heels for that.
That'd be insane.
It's New Zealand.
And
New Zealand's gorgeous. My little brother went to New Zealand 2 or 3 years ago, and he said it was the most breathtaking place he has ever gone to.
That's awesome.
Dude, and just hearing that, and then they announced the show for Amazon Prime, I was just like, I want to get on the show so bad.
Are they keeping it in continuity with the movies?
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Peter Jackson is the executive producer. So yeah, they're keeping it in continuity.
That makes sense. So they're probably just taking other Middle Earth stories because J.R. Tolkien wrote so many.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The story is the Second Age. If you know your Lord of the Rings, it's the rise of Sauron and the corruption of the rings and the first. Well, I wouldn't really say the first war. It's really the second war. If you're a big Tolkien fan, you know what I'm talking about.
You may judge me for this. I've only read The Hobbit.
Naughty.
But I bought all of the books. I just need to sit down and read them. So right now I'm bouncing between a great book by Levi Lusko, and I'm reading that with my dad. We're just kind of enjoying it together. And the other one I'm reading on my own is Hitchhikers. I've read the first one.
Who doesn't love Hitchhikers?
It's so good, dude. The comedy is genius.
It's a great book.
So I've read the first one. I hadn't read the rest of them, but I got the Ultimate Edition that had all 5 books and the short story. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna go through the whole thing and read it. So that's what I'm kind of reading right now. No joke. Oh, getting lovely mic noises.
I love you all.
Oh, that wasn't terrifying at all.
There we go.
Make sure it's still recording.
It's still recording. It's still recording.
Okay, well, tell me about Halloween.
Halloween was crazy.
Okay,
it was absolutely crazy, and the
In
stuff
a good
I've
way,
seen,
or
the stuff I saw. I don't know if it's PG-13 because the movie's rated R.
Well, yeah.
But the stuff I saw was absolutely crazy.
Now, the stuff you saw about absolutely crazy that is maybe not PG-13, are we talking violent type or?
Possibly violent.
Okay. I think you can talk about possibly violent.
Okay, so without going graphic.
Okay, yeah.
I watched a woman get pulled out of a car.
Oh, word.
It was insane.
That's crazy, dude. Okay, so they're going
because
full
I don't
out
really
on
want
this
to. I don't want to talk about the scene too much because it was
Spoilers,
It'll spoil the movie. But seeing Jim Courtney, who played Michael, you know, he's the double for Michael, pull this woman out of the car with no wires. It was just a stunt man.
He just did it.
From what? Okay, I'm just like, I really want to talk about it, but I'm just like, I mean, if it makes the movie, it makes the movie. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But from what I saw, he busts the window,
Right.
grabs her by the hair,
Oh my
and
gosh.
rips her out of the car
Dude,
onto the stunt mat.
Holy crap.
It was insane.
Did he actually pull her by the hair?
No.
Yeah,
It's a wig.
Dang. The strong tail wig.
Well, if you think of the continuity of the Michael Myers trilogy, he's always been supernatural, superhuman.
Supernatural sort of kind of weird.
So to him to bust a car window with his hand and rip her out of the car is supernatural.
Which I need to watch the 2018 Halloween.
Fantastic.
I need to watch it. Back in October, I watched the first Halloween for the first time. I loved it. It was really cool. It wasn't super scary. I watched it on my own, which was probably a bad idea.
It's thriller more than a horror movie. It's a thriller.
I think I enjoy thrillers more than I do like actual scary
It's
movies.
thriller horror. It's not jump scare horror. Jump scare horror, you know, I've watched movies forever since I was a little kid. When they started introducing jump scare horror, that's when I became less afraid because I'm like, oh, it's around the corner. It's,
Yeah, it's just supposed
for
to be
me,
loud noise.
Yeah,
Spooky.
it's a loud noise.
Uh-oh.
It's stinky.
Oh, dude.
So when they started doing jump scares for horror, I became less terrified. Like me and my wife, we go to amusement parks all the time during like Halloween, and it's the same method. It's not
It's just jump scare.
It's not an existential dread. It's
Yeah.
bleh, and you're like, okay,
When I
you
first
tried to scare me. Woo.
Yeah.
I'm not scared because that's modern day horror. It's all boo. So, oh, okay.
When I first watched The Shining,
Yeah.
dude,
Existential dread.
It had that same feeling the entire movie, and it just kind of builds up over time to the climax of the film, which is super cool. And I feel like Dr. Sleep did that a little bit, but it wasn't even Dr. Sleep wasn't even like a thriller. It was a completely different genre, but it felt right. It's kind of a superhero movie, honestly.
Did you ever get around to watch The Lighthouse?
I did not.
The Lighthouse
will.
has that same feel, and I loved it because you didn't know what was going on and you didn't know what was happening, and I loved it.
That's super cool.
I'm just
I've wanted to
it
see
kept
it
me
ever
on the
since
edge
I
of the
saw
chair.
trailer.
It kept me on the edge of the trail.
How's
Of the chair.
The trail.
The trail. It kept me on the edge of the trail.
You watched it on a trail, which is just a terrible idea for watching a horror film in the middle of a trail. You'll just get murdered, dude. It's a bad idea. That wasn't funny.
You die of
Whatever.
dysentery on the way. Oregon Trail.
Dysentery. Oregon Trail, dude. Holy crap. They've got polio. Great.
Where did this come from? We're watching a movie.
Did you ever name, like, your characters, like, really stupid stuff?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Oh, dude, that's boring. You gotta name them, like, Goofy Crab. Like, I remember one time, dude.
Goofy crap.
Dude, Goofy Crab. That I could rename the show to that. Goofy Crab.
Goofy crap.
Like, I remember one time playing it with my sister, well, like, years ago, right? And we named all of our characters after, like, rappers, right? And Nicki Minaj died of dysentery. So that's Eminem broke his leg on the trail and had to, it got infected. It was crazy.
No, Walter.
No.
No.
Marshall, no.
Marshall Mathers, no.
Marshall Mathers.
Why did you break your leg?
I think he, like, fell out of the wagon whenever we were crossing a creek or some crap.
How do you break your leg in a creek?
Very carefully.
Did you fall out of the wagon?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Oh.
He said he fell out of the wagon while we were trying to cross the creek. Like, you know, like we were either floating it or whatever. Dude, that was the most stressful
Okay, if you're floating a wagon and you break your leg falling in the water, you are a frail child.
Eminem looks a bit skinny. He might be frail. He could take me, but he looks like he could break his leg. The look you gave me whenever I said that, I had to emphasize, no, he could absolutely smack me around. Okay, dude, what was your reaction whenever you got the call for Halloween?
It's just like a normal job. I'm just like, yeah, I'm available to work. Cool. I mean, when I got my call for Swamp Thing, I was excited, nervous and excited at the same time because that was like my first big show. But after you work big show after big show after big show, you're just like, okay, it's another day at the office. Which is super cool. I just go to work.
Wow.
And I just work the movie.
Do you have a certain genre that you enjoy working on the most?
So far, it's been, Swamp Thing's a mix between thriller, horror, sci-fi, superhero, and then Uncle Frank was a period piece. Gemstones, was comedy.
Yeah.
And then Halloween was obviously a horror. So I really don't have experience in action films. I don't have experience in sci-fi other than, like, indie projects here in town. But, they're indies. They're not the big mainstream action movies and sci-fi. Totally. So I really don't have an opinion. But so far, I've really enjoyed working with the comedy. Comedy's cool. Period pieces are cool, but, trying to get everything to match up.
Imagine it's a little difficult.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to fit the aesthetic, because the aesthetic of the movie takes place in, like, the 1970s, 80s.
Gotcha.
So it's really hard to match that up with current-day technology. You have to go out and find these items that either don't exist anymore or you have to restore them to make them work.
Wow. That's really... I don't think people appreciate, a lot of the times, everything that goes into filmmaking. Like, I mean, you look at the credits and it's like got a mile-long list of people that had to help because of all the little tiny minutia that goes into everything, and people don't appreciate that. I mean, you've got, dude, there's somebody for everything, and there's always something that you don't think about. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. There's a person that has to do that.
There's a person for accounting. I didn't know they did money.
They call clothespins C-47s to get paid.
I'm not going to lie. As soon as you see your name in the credits, you get all giddy.
Really?
You get super giddy.
When's the first time you saw your name in the credits?
I saw my name in the credits for Gemstones, and I was super giddy. I was like, ooh, there I am. I'm right there.
What? Oh, well, we're about to go back to what episode that was, but, I mean, we don't want to bring up IMDb again whenever it's being a goof.
Yeah. It's being a goof on the mobile app.
A big old goof. What movies as a kid inspired you to want to?
Well, I've wanted to be a filmmaker since I was 10 years old. So it probably dates back further than that. My mom always said, like, I played with my action figurines and played with my Legos, and my brothers mess with them. I was just like, stop it! I get all mad, huffy puffy, picked them up, took them to my room, put them exactly the way I had them. Like, every single time. And I'd tell stories with them. So if I had to go to dinner, I stopped there, went to dinner, came back, finished the story. It was super intricate.
Yeah.
But I think the movies that really influenced me as a kid, I grew up in the 90s, so it was like Jurassic Park, the Star Wars films, Indiana Jones. It was all the classic films that, are not really modern day, but, spending time a lot with my grandparents. I watched Turner Classic Movies a lot. Mm-hmm. So it was like Lawrence of Arabia. It was Planet of the Apes. It was, a lot of the more classical movies I watched with my grandparents. But for me, it was, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, stuff that me and my brothers could watch. So I have a really big cornucopia of films underneath my belt that really inspired me as a child.
Yeah, I think people usually do ask that kind of question, like, what is one movie you can attribute? It's like, you can't do that.
Like, my dad was really big in the Westerns, so I watched Westerns with my dad. My grandparents, they were in the soaps, and so I sat down every Wednesday with my great-grandmother and watched soap operas. It was
Did you
weird.
Have a favorite one?
No, I did not. It was not a fun time for a 5-year-old watching the soaps.
Fair enough.
And once the shows were on, you were quiet.
You do not interrupt things of our lives.
Nope.
Okay?
That was Toot's favorite.
That was her favorite.
No, that was Toot's favorite. My great-grandmother, before she passed away. That was her favorite soap. That and The Young and the Restless. Those were on. You were dead silent.
Mom always talks about one that it was like the only show her mom ever watched. I forget what it was. Keeping Up Appearances? Something like that? I don't know what it was. But, like, she talks about it a lot every time she talks about her mom, like, in TV. Like, mom grew up. And see, like, and it's fun looking at how much things have changed, even, like, for me, in between me and, like, my little brothers. Because there's a 6-year difference between me and my 2 younger brothers, right? And you can kind of see where mom was like, oh, okay, this is okay, and this isn't, and whatever. When I was growing up, for the majority of my childhood, I couldn't watch Pokemon, couldn't watch...
Sad day.
Dude, it was upsetting. That's why I'm not, like, super into Pokemon right now. I enjoy it, but it's, like, not necessarily my thing.
It's my thing.
I know it's your thing. Oh, I know. Couldn't watch Power Rangers. Yeah.
Naughty.
And Static Shock was off the table.
What?
Yeah. Because...
That was a big superhero show.
Dude, Static Shock was incredible. And Static Shock could be DC's Spider-Man if they gave him a chance. But
they won't.
Nope. Because only Batman sells.
And Superman.
That's the only thing they do. And Superman.
Honestly, it's not even like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman that are the DC Trinity. It's like Batman, Joker, and Harley Quinn. Because those are the only ones that they're pushing, like, at all. But anyway, right.
Where's Martian Manhunter?
It wasn't until, like... Dude, okay, the whole Snyder Cut stuff, can we talk about this for a minute? First of all, do you think it exists?
No.
I think, and I've done a little bit of, like, really looking into it, I think maybe you could have a version of it, but the version that Snyder wanted to make, literally impossible for it to exist.
I don't think it exists. The reason I don't think it exists is because it builds people hype to go try and find it. Mm. That's why I don't think it exists. It's to hype it up. It's a gaslighting maneuver.
Really? Mm-hmm. You think Warner Brothers is intentionally...
So we want the Snyder Cut. And then they'll release the Snyder Cut, which is, 15 to 30 minutes extra scenes.
Yeah. Which
and just like, it's the same movie.
Do you really think 15 minutes would save Justice League?
Probably not.
No.
I saw it and I thought it was a trash movie.
I enjoyed it more than I did Batman vs. Superman.
No. Because bad movie bad.
I just really like Batman vs. I just really don't like Batman vs. Superman. I almost said a bad thing there.
Yes, you did.
I despise Batman vs. Superman. And, if someone likes it, they like it. You can like what you like. I just really don't. And
Marvel's not cinema.
Marvel's paying me to like their movies. This podcast that no one listens to. But dude, no. I don't know. I remember every time I watch Batman vs. Superman, I hate it more.
There's one scene that I like out of that movie. That entire movie, there's only one scene. And that's the introduction to the Batman. That is the only scene that I can give it credit for.
Oh, the weird thing where he's like crab walking on the ceiling? That was freaky.
It's freaky and terrifying, and that's how Batman's portrayed in the comics.
How do you think
He's always lurking in the shadows. You don't know where he is until it's too late. That is the one credit I can give to that movie.
And then, I don't know, it just feels like the branding was weird, but it made sense if they were going for Dark Knight Returns. But why were they going for Dark Knight Returns in his first appearance? Because Zack Snyder is
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Well, the one quarrel that people had about that movie was Batman using weaponry.
Oh, I hated the fact he killed people.
There is a cause and effect for that. Back in the 1940s,
in the original,
Batman had revolvers.
Yeah,
he actually killed people. It wasn't until the 1950s, 60s where they moved away from that, where he was just a mass vigilante capturing criminals and turning them into to Gordon. That's how he rolled. But in the 40s, he killed people, and he killed a lot of people.
I mean, there's one famous panel of him like literally just hanging a dude from the bat plane.
Yeah,
I mean, it's harsh stuff. And I agree.
But it's during the time. If you look at the 1940s, it was fighting fascism in Germany and the Japanese for World War II.
Which was
so it made sense if Batman killed people because, as you know, pro-America, go kill everybody else who's not an ally of yours.
I mean, that was a lot with like even Superman and Captain America. I mean, that's what Captain America was born out of.
Yep.
Which is it's
Punching
fun.
Hitler in the face.
Yep. It's fun. Yeah. Well, and see, that's what's so cool about that first issue of Captain America is that was before we joined the war. Mm-hmm. And that was just like
It's an inspirational comic.
yeah, it was that. I mean, that was the turn during the time where like, I mean, like politically speaking, we were going back and forth. Should we join the war? Should we not? People were dying, and we were doing nothing. And then Jack King Kirby draws a man dressed in an American flag, punching Adolf Hitler in the mouth, dude. That's cool, dude. That's baller. That's something that I
Love it.
I don't
Print
think
it.
we do anymore. You know, I don't know. It's cool. That's really cool.
But we don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
we
we don't.
have our superheroes, and that's how we like them.
Yep. And we don't. Yeah. And then if something changes or they do something different, everyone yells at them.
What do you mean, the Falcon's Captain America now?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? There's a Muslim Miss Marvel. What are you doing?
Do they realize how many times Steve Rogers has passed away?
Yeah,
Too many times.
every time someone dies in the comics, they make it.
Winter
a big
Soldier
deal,
has
but it
become
doesn't.
Captain America. Falcon has become Captain America. I think at one point
Hawkeye did it first.
Hawkeye
for like an
was-
issue.
Captain America.
Yep.
So for, Falcon to get Cap Shield,
It makes sense.
I was just like, they've done this before, but it's cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
And in the movies, I feel like it fits probably the movies the most. I mean, obviously you saw Endgame.
I did. Because my boss on Uncle Frank was the key rigging grip for second unit.
Really, that's so cool. That's so cool.
So when I came back to set, I was working with Paul Bettany, and Paul Bettany's like, notice somebody's missing. It's like, yeah, where were you?
Yeah, did he... Okay, spill the beans. Was he on set? Or did he film anything for Endgame? And then it got cut?
No.
Okay. Cool. They usually don't do a lot
My
of stuff
direct
like
answers, I'm just going to go straight to the mic.
Yes.
No.
Just like the message. No, because, obviously, they were probably eventually planning on bringing him back. I mean, they had the concept art of him all gray out like he was in, the 90s or 80s.
Which was amazing. That was an amazing story arc. If you haven't read it,
Where he
read it.
comes back and he's
Yes.
all robotic and stuff, yeah.
But he's not the same Vision.
No, it's a completely different person.
Because Tony has to reprogram him.
Yeah. Which I think they're going to lean into for the WandaVision show. Well, I think out of all of them that are coming, first of all, Captain America is my favorite character, so I'm really excited for Falcon Winter Soldier because it looks cool. You're going to get classic Falcon outfit. The USA agent is going to be in it. Zemo's getting his mask, all this really cool stuff. And I love Hawkeye, and I'm looking forward to Jeremy Renner coming back and all this other stuff because, he hasn't really gotten enough to do except for in Age of Ultron. But WandaVision looks really weird, and I like weird. And I like it whenever they do weird, different stuff. It's even been reported that they're going to film part of it in front of a live studio audience, like it's a sitcom.
That's the premise.
That's so cool!
That's the premise.
That's different, and it's weird, and I like different and weird. That's why Guardians worked so well. It's because it was different and weird, and it had heart, and it had the guts to do something that was against the grain.
But that's James Gunn. James Gunn's always
James
gone
Gunn
against
is just
the gun.
against the grain.
James Gunn always against the gun.
He jumps the gun. Okay, what do you think about... How do you think his Suicide Squad movie is going to turn out?
I'm iffy. I've always been iffy on DC's films.
I think
I've always
that's fair. It's definitely fair.
Like when they rebooted Batman back in 2005, I was
Mm-hmm.
freshman in high school. I was just like, really? Another Batman? Because painstaking memory
of Batman
Batman and Robin.
You got the bat nipples, dude.
I'm just like, do we really need that? And then I saw the dark Batman Begins. I was just
Batman Begins blew my mind.
this is Batman. This is terrifying Batman. Of course, I'm Batman.
He didn't really do the voice that bad in the first one.
It was the second one.
It was Dark Knight and Rises that did it really bad.
But seeing Batman Begins,
You good?
Yeah, I was just checking, seeing
Okay.
the time.
You're a
Yeah, we're
tamer.
good.
You're a tamer.
But seeing Batman Begins really re-inspired. I was just like, this is how DC movies need to be.
Absolutely.
Hyper-realistic, set in real-world boundaries, and being like it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came out with The Dark Knight.
And that pushed it farther.
Then in Dark Knight Rises, I get it. It was kind of written kind of quick because originally Heath Ledger was going to make a reappearance as Joker.
You can tell.
But they had to switch it with Bane really fast. And it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah. That's the thing about the movie. I think it's not as bad as some people say, and it's definitely not a masterpiece like other people say. I think it's a fine film, but I think it just disappointed a lot of people because you went from Batman Begins to Dark Knight to it's good.
An okay movie.
Yeah.
You went from an okay movie to an amazing movie,
and that was
back to an okay movie.
And that was during the same year as like Avengers came out, right?
Yep.
And that blew people's mind because it did something new that had never been done before. So like I think I don't know. I think just a lot of people were disappointed with it, which is understandable. I mean, I was disappointed. I enjoy it. It's definitely the weakest out of the trilogy, but this is a weird opinion, but Batman Begins is my favorite out of all of it because it's the best Batman movie we've got. Maybe it's not the best movie that has Batman in it, but it's definitely the best Batman movie.
Say mine would be The Dark Knight, just like everyone else's,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it is a strong movie. It is a strong movie.
Theatrically released Batman movie, is Dark Knight your favorite out of all the theatrically released? Mask of the Phantasm, because that's my favorite.
It's a split.
It's a split?
It's a split.
Between what, Phantasm and Dark Knight?
No, it's Dark Knight and the original Batman with Keaton.
Oh,
it's a split.
Keaton was great. People don't give him enough credit. Keaton was amazing.
But my
I love
Batman
his performance.
Is that what?
Bad flick?
No, God, no. People are going to fight me for it. It's Kevin Conroy.
Oh,
Kevin Conroy is my
if
Batman.
anyone fights you over that,
I grew up in
they're
the
a
90s,
dumb butt.
so I watched the animated series with Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. Those are my Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
And they've always been that for almost 30 years.
Well, he's playing Batman live action.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
And I'm like, finally. I mean, it's mind-blowing that he hadn't played Batman, period.
Well, he's always been the voice. He's always been the voice of Batman.
But he has the look as well.
Yes, he does.
It's kind of disappointing that he hadn't played him until now, he's of an older age. So
he's going to be an old
young
man Batman, which is cool.
Which I dig, yeah.
They
could do a live-action Batman Beyond with him playing Batman. I mean, he's not that old yet, but
that would be cool. Or bring back Michael Keaton to be old man Batman.
That would be also really cool. Michael Keaton's great in everything he's
Yes,
in.
he is.
Even if it's like a subpar movie, he kills it. Like, no matter what it is, he's just good in everything. He was a great villain in Homecoming.
Yes, he was.
And I'm looking forward to him coming back, because I'm assuming he is, because they're totally doing Sinister Six.
Yes, they are. I know they are.
Oh, word.
I know they
you
are.
You got the links? You got the scoops?
Well, they set it all up.
Oh, yeah, perfectly. Well,
they've got Mysterio, they've got Vulture, they've got Scorpion.
There's three. Far From Home.
Yes, I did.
Do you think he's dead?
Who?
Quentin Beck.
No.
You think he lived?
Yes.
See, I'm wondering that too, because Spider-Man looks at him.
Phantasm.
Well, yeah, see, Spider-Man looks at him, and he asks Karen, he's like, is what I'm seeing real? And he says that all the holograms are down. He didn't ask, is he dead? Which
Yeah, so the hologram's down.
I'm like, that doesn't seem like a smart thing to do, hon. Yikes, dude.
So he's alive.
He's got to be. Either that, or they were just intentionally leaving the door open just in case.
Well, how are you going to introduce the Sinister Six without another member? Because Mysterio was a member for the Sinister Six for a long time.
And they could...
But there's one key player.
Scorpion?
No.
Green Goblin.
Who sets up the Sinister
Dr.
Six?
Octopus.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
If you could cast anyone as Doc Ock right now, who would it be? I've seen a lot of people say Mark Hamill, but I don't know if I like that.
No.
I'd rather him be in a Guardians movie as like a cosmic character.
Somebody to play Otto Octavius.
What if Mark Hamill played the villain in Guardians 3? That'd be great.
That'd be
Holy
cool.
crap.
That'd be cool. But going back to Otto Octavius, who would be a good Otto Octavius?
Danny DeVito.
Hey, DeVito, I'm the trash man.
I'm the octopus man. I just get in the ring and I throw tentacles all around. And then I ink. Anyway. I get too into it.
That's fine. But that's kind of hard to pick somebody to play Otto Octavius.
And I will say, that's one thing that there's one lady, and I feel bad, I can't remember her name, but it's the lady who does all of like the main casting for the Avengers movies, like the entire MCU movies. That lady goes underappreciated. Because I cannot think of a single actor in the movies that has been miscast. Honestly. Like, it's perfect. Every time. And I don't understand. Even if it's like somebody that I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. And then it's like I see the movie. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, okay.
They nailed it. Every time. Let me look up some old actors.
Some old actors.
Not old, like ancient. Yeah, Arnold. Look at me. I'm the octopus. I'm the octopus.
Well,
look at you.
James Cameron wanted to play in his Spider-Man movie in the 90s. He wanted Arnold as Doc Ock.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, and because James Cameron was going to do his Spider-Man movie, he wanted Dr. Octopus and Sandman in it. And Doc Ock was going to be played by Arnold. And this is like 90s Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's like, I guess, a little after T2, probably. I don't know.
Trying to think.
You're really brainstorming this Doc Ock question.
Yes, I am.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm just trying to think who could actually play him well.
Well, because like Alfred Molina nailed it. That was perfect. Spider-Man 2 is still one of the best Spider-Man movies. I think probably the three best Spider-Man movies are Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, and Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse being number one, I think. Really? You disagree? I think it's the tightest, most coherent, and well-told story. And it has a really good message behind it. But.
It does have a good message behind it, but I think my number one Spider-Man film so far would be Spider-Man 2.
Fair.
It's Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's awesome.
Sam Raimi killed it every time. Even in Spider-Man 3, which you could that was not a Sam Raimi movie. That was a Sony movie. That's what Spider-Man 3 was. You could see glimpses of Sam Raimi coming through, especially with the Sandman stuff. Dude, Danny Elfman's score for Spider-Man 3 was incredible.
Yes, it was.
That goes unappreciated. The friggin' every time that Sandman shows up and it's like, boom, I was like, oh, here we go. That movie made Sandman my favorite villain. Sandman is my favorite villain. Yeah. I love the Sandman.
You didn't love Topher Grace's Venom? You didn't love Topher Grace?
Who's apparently the evil Tobey Maguire?
Evil Spider-Man. I'm going to get Spider-Man.
Yeah, he quit the 70s show for that.
Yeah, he did.
That poor man.
All right, out of this list.
Okay.
What'd
you look like list of actors who could play Doc Ock?
No. I could do that. Just give me a second.
It was just fan cast? Okay. Do you have a fan cast for Fantastic Four for Marvel?
No.
Oh, where?
Well, other than John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Yeah. Well, that's
because they want to do it anyway.
I think interesting pick for Dr. Doom for me, Michael Fassbender, because I love
he's
Michael
already been Mysterio.
Magneto. Jake Gyllenhaal was Mysterio.
That's right.
You big nerd.
Amy big nerd.
Says the guy who just corrected you on what actor played what supervillain. Yeah, okay.
You big nerd.
Dude, no, like, I like Michael Fassbender a lot, and I would have rather have had Mads Mikkelsen play Dr. Doom, but considering he played Caecilius and is dead, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be fun. I'm excited for that.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's not really giving me on this one. So if I had to pick, because Otto Octavius is an older guy.
Yeah.
If I had to pick between this list, two actors that could possibly do it, it would either be Russell Crowe.
Oh, okay.
Or Jeff Bridges.
Well, Jeff Bridges was already Ironmonger in the first Iron Man.
True. Never mind. So probably just Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe's I never thought of Russell Crowe. Do you think he'd do a superhero movie?
Probably not.
fair enough.
Probably not. But if I had to take it,
Just if you could get in.
here's a lot of money. Just take it.
dude.
Do this.
I would do it for.
And
a
I'll-
while. I'd be
I'll
like,
get-
heck yeah, dude.
You want a new plane? We'll buy you a new
Do you
plane.
want 30 new yachts?
Do you want a big yacht from Abu Dhabi? We'll
you
write
want-
you a check.
Do you want more phones to throw at people?
Really?
That was
Really?
a long time ago, and Russell Crowe's an amazing actor, a cool father, and a good musician.
And he's also here in town.
Yeah, and I would love to
Word.
meet him. He seems like a cool dude.
Good luck. He's got armed
It'll
security.
never happen.
He's got
Unless I
arms.
get on the movie, which
I'm
nobody,
trying.
nobody's that I know that has applied for PA work on that has gotten a call back. So it probably
It's
I'm
an
not-
LA company, so
Oh yeah, LA companies are usually weird about local kind of. Yeah,
well, first they're supposed to hire local,
suppose.
but they're just like,
We're gonna bring in our own PAs, okay?
Hey, are you gonna use any Wilmington people?
No.
Yes, I'm glad you knew where I wanted to go with that. Thank you so much for following that. That was great.
"You're welcome."
Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to think. By the way, keep it in the back of your head. The way that we end the show is we have a segment called Take It or Leave It, where it's like something good and something not so good from the week. So it can be something trivial, like, I saw this movie and it was really like, I liked it. Or you can be like, hey, something deep, right? Because usually we bounce back and forth. Just something fun that you're taking and something not great that you're leaving. Also, Dylan and Anthony added their own thing where Dylan started snapping after we said take it, so now we're doing that, and Anthony made it so we clap every time. So it's like 3, 2, 1, clap, right?
Yeah, okay.
I'm keeping it because it worked.
Okay.
So why not, right?
Sounds good.
Do you have a favorite student project that you've worked on here at the school?
Favorite student project that I've just come for the program.
You don't have to answer if you think it would be awkward to answer and maybe make people feel whatever.
I'm just trying to think of. I've worked with a lot of projects. A lot of projects.
I mean, yeah. How long have you been a tutor?
I've been a tutor for going on 4 years now.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of projects.
It's a lot of projects.
That's 2 final seasons a year.
They're just waving.
Oh, who is it?
It's Anthony.
Oh, they're done. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll wrap soon.
They can
We're
take
almost
their
at that
time.
point.
They can take their time. They can go get a coffee.
They
break.
can wait. They can wait.
They can go to Port City. They can go get their own coffee.
You know what, dude? Holy crap! I love having a coffee shop in the school, even if Port City is really expensive.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm okay with it.
It makes you feel fancy. Look at there. There's Chris.
Dude,
Chris is
dude,
looking in
and
like
you know,
we're
if you just
goldfish
get-
in here.
Chris is the goldfish. Anyway, dude, that is the one thing. Did you know that if you go to Port City and get the coffee, like just a normal coffee, whether iced or hot, you get free refills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until halfway through this semester, and that's what I've been doing. Like almost every day, I get like a refill or 2 every time, and it's only like $2 for like 3 cups of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it. Yeah, so I quit energy drinks recently.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
They're bad for the ticker.
You guys kept making jokes about the bang, and then my mom was actually genuinely concerned. If she's listening, hi mom.
Hi, mommy. I love you very much.
Dude, she was concerned. She's like, you really got to be careful. Don't do that. Whatever. And then she sent me, I think the last straw was she sent me a Facebook article, not like a Facebook article, but an article through Facebook Messenger. And she's like, I need you to read this. I didn't. I read the headline. And yeah, headlines are usually misleading, but
If you drink energy drinks, you're gonna die at a premature age.
basically,
You're like,
it was
oh, no.
you're like 500% more likely to for strokes and stuff like that
Well,
because
yeah,
of
it condenses your
because-
arteries and
yeah.
it speeds up your heart rate and your blood,
Yeah.
thickens.
and yeah, I never felt like I was going to have a heart attack. That's not true. I one time I did. I had 2 bangs in a row because I was stupid and it was 3
Naughty.
a.m.
Naughty.
Yeah, and I felt my heart and I was like, I'm never doing this again. Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Sorry, mommy.
Sorry, mommy.
I know I sound like Kermit the Frog, but I'm sorry, mommy.
Kermit the Frog. Have
Kermit the Frog
you
here.
ever done my Jordan Peterson for you?
No.
So it's like hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, and like a little bit of George Lucas. You know, he's a funnier character than we've ever had before. If you add both of those together, you get nope, that ain't right. Hold on, I can do Jordan. No, let me do it. You ever had that moment when you're trying to do a voice and you just can't?
No.
All right, cool.
You're talking to a guy who does puppetry, too. So.
Okay, you know what? How about you shut up? Okay, well, here, how about this? I did a stupid voice with my brothers the other day, and I like the voice, and I've given it a character. I did a little bit of it earlier, and you probably heard it, but I'm calling him, like, Uncle Terrence. He's like, Uncle Terrence. Uncle Terrence is he live in the middle of the neighborhood, and he always had the best barbecue sauce. You know what I mean?
You think he got the best barbecue sauce?
He got the best barbecue sauce.
Man, you need to come down to Louisiana.
Oh, really?
And so I can give you some of my ghetto sauce that I make.
You know, I moved out of Louisiana, and I started halfway in Wilmington.
Now, listen here, boy. What I do is that when I kill the alligator, is that I brew the barbecue sauce inside of his stomach for 25 minutes inside of a big steel pot. And then after that, what I do is I pop it like a balloon, and I put it in a jar.
Oh, like a balloon? Like a water balloon? Yeah. Or like a normal balloon?
But it'll get a stomach, and then I poked it like a balloon, and I popped into the jar.
Now, let me tell you,
That's my Swampy John impression.
That's Swampy John?
That's Swampy
Is that
John.
your character?
If you follow me on Snapchat, you'll occasionally get a Swampy John.
Got a little Swampy John.
Little bit of Swampy John. Sound like it from the bios on the way.
Swampy John and Uncle Terrence sound like they're related. It's weird.
We're next door neighbors.
Oh, well, yeah. I moved out to Wilmington. I was chasing a job as I can't say what I was about to say.
What he was gonna say is that I parked my airboat in his yard, and that he called the cops on me. Yeah, and then after that,
right.
You know,
I came in witness protection program.
No, he doesn't come on no witness protection program. After that, you know, he called the police on me.
The police. Oh, dude.
I parked my boat in his driveway by accident.
You know, I had a special recipe, this barbecue sauce, right? I'll take that Sweet Baby Ray's, take a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's, put some mayonnaise, right? And that Creole seasoning, and sprinkle it in. Now, let me ask you a question, John.
Okay.
Perhaps Blue Ribbon or malt liquor?
I'm gonna go with the Colt 45.
Colt 45, y'all.
Because
like after
I get done with the Colt 45, because of the glass bottle, I just put it in the swamp and watch it sink.
Yeah, watch it sink. That's littering.
Nobody need to know that.
You get the alligators.
Nobody need to know that. Alligators going to swat. What is that boy doing in that window?
And choked to death.
Look at that boy in the window. He looking at us like
you slipped into a little bit Caribbean there for a second. You're like, look at that boy in the window.
Look at that boy in the window over there. He looking like a lizard.
Oh, okay. Take it or leave it. One good thing, one not so great thing. Something you're taking, something you're leaving. You want to start or you want me to start?
I'll let you start so I can get the rhythm.
Okay, well, for Take It, I'll do something kind of basic. Was listening to some CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival this week. Super great, dude. Incredible band. I think my favorite album by them, and I'm not talking like the compilation greatest hits, whatever. I mean like just best album that they released is probably Cosmo's Factory. Because first of all, it starts with Ramble Tamble, and that song is incredible, but...
Just Mom, he wants that on vinyl for Christmas this year.
I want that on vinyl really badly. Anybody, my birthday's December 2nd, and Christmas is on December 25th. I don't know when Christmas is, sorry.
25th of December, bro.
Sorry, Jesus, I don't remember your birthday.
But no, dude, the last two songs on it, the last song is Put a Candle in the Window, which is a super good song. But the one before it is their cover of Heard It Through the Grapevine. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's 11 minutes long.
Oh, boy.
And it's perfect. It's one of my favorite songs. It's like Freebird, where they just eventually, they're just playing, you know. And there's 3-minute stretches before more. Yes. I heard the song.
I heard it through the grapevine.
They're playing music like going through the grapevine.
All right, so I hate you.
No, you don't.
I don't. I can never stay mad at you.
No.
Is that just going to be a thing now?
That's going to be a thing for me.
Or we're just going to be...
No.
Dude, okay. For Leave It, I don't really know. What am I going to take or leave this week? Oh, wait. Sorry. Snaps. Because
All up in the microphone. I like.
Yes.
No.
All right. Leaving this week. I'm going to leave stress, dude. Because, like, right here at the end of the semester, I have to film John Thick 2. And I have to get another short film done for the end of the year before the spring semester so that I can skip over the summer class that I missed because of the bullcrap, whatever job I had during the summer that didn't work. Because I missed that, I'm behind. And I want to graduate during the summer. Yeah, I don't want to come back a year later and have to retake it with people I don't even know, right? So... I'm like, okay, I talked to Duke. I'm like, all right, is there any way? And he's like, of course there's a way.
Of course there's a way.
Of course there's a way.
There's always a way.
Of course you have to. Just ask me, idiot. I was like, all right, cool. Thanks, Duke.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. He is the film lab dad. But yeah, you know, he's like, make like an 8 to 10 minute short film, whatever. And you know, last night I was getting a little overwhelmed, and I was just kind of like airing it out. It was like the first time me and my mom had talked in depth about anything in a little bit. And she was like, well, you should have just came to me. Here's a place that you could film this like westerny area. And I was like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Well,
Thank you, Mommy.
She's a photographer, so thank you, Mommy. She's a photographer, so she knows and she has connections because she's been doing it for like 10 years now. So like, me being the stupid head that I am, didn't ask her about it because I'm smart like that. But I don't know. I think it's more evidence to the idea that, you know, don't overthink anything and don't let anything kind of overtake you with stress because it's nowhere near as bad as your brain wants you to think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway. Oh, right. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Oh, that was nice. I like how you stopped it halfway through. But anyway. Cool.
All right. So take it. I just
Take
say
it's
whatever.
a good thing.
Take it's a good thing.
And leave it's a bad thing. Because you're leaving it behind.
Okay.
And you're taking the other thing with you.
So, for me to take this week, trying to think. What can I take?
My Minecraft cert. No.
Oh, my Minecraft server, guys.
How much dedicated wham?
How much dedicated wham do you need to want a server?
Which is, dude, the Minecon cringe is amazing. Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm trying to think. Something
I'm sorry, what? Dedicated wham.
Dedicated wham for the server.
Which is a good question. How much dedicated RAM do I need? It's a good question.
Dedicated wham.
Wham.
But something to take from this. I'm actually drawing a blank on this.
Do you want to start with Leave It? We can start with Leave It.
Well, yeah, you said stress. And, of course, you know, I'm going through my own stuff. So if I had to leave something behind, it'd be stress as well. Because, you know, stress is the most common thing in the world. And everybody's stressed about stuff. Of course, it's around the holiday season. So everybody's going to get a little more stressed and worried.
Budgets are tight, but you still want to get people the best thing you can get them.
If I had to say which correlates with your stress, the one thing that I would leave behind is worry. Everybody's worrying about something. Whether it's job, academics, money, travel expenses, something. Everybody's worrying about something. But ultimately, it all works out in the end. So if I had to leave something here, it's worrying about stuff.
Hey, freaking men, dude. Holy crap. That was good. I got deep real quick, and I am not opposed to it.
Welcome.
All right, brother.
I get real philosophical.
Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1. Nice.
You got it.
All right. Now I just need you to take
Now I just need something
to
to take for this week.
Pills. Don't. If you're sick.
Do not take pills, children.
Only if you are sick and you take like a Tylenol. That was a joke. I'm sorry.
Or other doctors prescribe medications only prescribed by your doctor.
Only prescribed doctors and like real doctors, not like the doctor in the crack house down the road.
What?
I'm trying to think. Something to take.
Dude, are you stalling this hard for something good that happened this week?
Maybe.
You can't. There's not even something that you just enjoyed this week.
Oh, something I enjoyed this week.
You could. I mean, I said an album.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
like you could do.
if
Whatever
I had
you
to take
wanted.
something from this week, is that me and my wife work constantly. She works long hours and she's going to school full time. She was working full time. I'm working 2 jobs if I'm not on a film set. So a couple of nights ago, she's working on a baby blankie for her sorority big's future baby. Genderless for right now because they don't want anybody to know if it's a boy or girl. So
cool.
She's just dubbed it Potato.
Very
So
nice.
my wife's been working on Potato's blanket.
I dig it.
Nonstop. Like it's hand crocheted blankie.
Got you.
And so I sat down with her and we watched Guardians of the Galaxy because she was just like, I need a fun movie to distract me from, tired
Had
hands.
she ever seen it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool. I just need to make sure your wife's cool.
But spending quality time with my wife, that's something I can take for me this week because we're hardly home together at the same time. She's been utterly exhausted, going to bed before me, like 2 hours before me. So just sitting around on the couch, watching a movie we've both seen 100 times, and her working on a baby blankie where I'm just, cuddling with her and just conversing with her. That's something I can take this week. It's just nice to spend time with loved ones.
That felt good, dude. Oh, that felt good.
It felt real good.
Oh, yeah.
Macho Man. Oh, yeah.
I got you in the ring.
I got you in the ring for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Yeah, okay. What just happened?
We went full Macho Man Randy Savage.
Never go full Macho Man Randy Savage.
Never go full Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.